boy Flicks back with another live stream. So yeah, another Tottenham talk, another little discussion on our club, Tottenham Hotspur. But yeah, before I crack on with the rest of that, if you're new to my channel, get subscribing if you are new, because the majority of you are just watching my videos or my live streams or whatever. So please hit that subscribe button, get sharing, smash the like. You see your thoughts in the comment section as well on my little discussion. So yeah, obviously it won't be a very long live, just a short one. But yes, guys, obviously Tottenham managed to bag off a win yesterday against Crystal Palace at Sellers Park. We all knew before kickoff it wouldn't be easy, and Tottenham being Tottenham, you know what I mean. They made it very difficult for themselves. Yeah, man. Big up the chat. Hi, mate. How you doing? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad yourself. Yes. Obviously, like I said, Tottenham made it very, very difficult for themselves against Crystal Palace. How we pulled that out of the bag, I do not know. Not only saying that, the clean sheet as well. It's just being ridiculous. Just lately being a Spurs fan, but you know you'd think we'd be used to this by now. Um, you know, you know, it's one of them ones that you get your hopes up and then a loss comes in and it's all like, oh, it's all freaking doom and gloom again. But yeah, man, it's a strange one. I'm just going back to, just bear with me, guys. I'm just gonna go back to the stats when we did play Crystal Palace, even though it was only yesterday. So yeah, obviously it finished 1-0. Archie Gray with the winner in the end, scoring in the 42nd minute. So yeah, obviously, let me just get the stats up. Bear with me, guys. Let me just get the stats up. Obviously, Crystal Palace had 15 shots in all, only 2 on target. You know, I thought they had a little bit more than that on target. We had 8 in all, and four shots on target. So yeah, I was obviously before kickoff. I wasn't expecting much, and to be honest, I was really expecting another loss from Tottenham. I really was. Like I said, the way things have been going lately, it's been absolutely piss poor. So yeah, for Thomas Frank and the boys to pull this one out of the bag, you know, on paper to get the 3 points, yeah, it's all good. But if you actually see the game, it was just so boring. No, I mean, there was no entertainment whatsoever. No entertainment. But obviously, you know, at the end of the day, you got to big the boys up for not only winning, but getting the clean sheet as well. So obviously, if Akara is in goal, the back four was Pedro Porro, Danzo coming for Christian Romero, alongside Mickey Van Aven and Jed Spence. In midfield middle, it was Bentancur again, who for me is just Bentancur. But yeah, I'll get onto that shortly. Archie Gray as well, big up Archie Gray. You know what I mean? Every time he puts on a Spurs shirt, he wears it with pride. Really does. Mohamed Kudus as well. Xavi Simons was another player alongside Christian Romero that was suspended. So Bergville come in that midfield middle just behind Richarlison, who was up top, and Carlo Morani out on the other wing, guys, by the way. Obviously on the bench, we had Ben Davis, Radu Jaguzin stepped back in, Brennan Johnson, yeah, I really don't know what's going on there. Obviously, Thomas Frank's not really yeah, he doesn't really like him, does he? I don't know why, but that's another one I'll get onto very shortly. So yeah, Brennan Johnson on the bench alongside Kingsky. João Palhinha as well is another one. João Palhinha, he should be starting. Why João Palhinha was once again on the bench really baffles me. He was on the bench alongside Odebert, Dane Scarlett, Mathis Tell and Takai come in. First time we've actually seen Takai come in since we signed him. Obviously, he's been injured for some time as well since we signed him. So, yeah, seeing Bentancur come in once again over the likes of João Palhinha, it really baffles me. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, hit us up in the comments on your thoughts on that one. Obviously, Richarlison, who has had a lot of stick just lately, alongside, well, pretty much the rest of the squad, really. But he's had a lot of stick. But he was very unlucky not to get a hat trick yesterday against Palace. 2 goals disallowed. Saying that he could have had at least 4 goals yesterday. I know, I think that very late on in the second half, he had a late shot, which pretty much went straight to Henderson, straight down the middle. There was no angle on it whatsoever, so straight down the middle, and Henderson got hands to it. But yeah, like I said, he was very, very unlucky not to get at least a hat trick yesterday, Richarlison. So yeah, and obviously Richarlison setting up Archie Gray in the 42nd minute to only get, that was obviously the winner in the end. So yeah, there's lots of, well, I was going to say lots of positives, but it wasn't really lots of positives. Obviously, yeah, the positives, yeah, we got the clean sheet, we got the win, managed to get the win over the line. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones, as well. I'm thinking, right, we're going to go 1-0 up. Palace will equalise early in the second half, then we're going to lose the game. But yeah, thankfully we managed to get over that line and yeah, bag the 3 points, and we move on to week 19. So Tottenham play their next game on New Year's Day away to Brentford. So yeah, can Thomas Frank get 6 points from Brentford this season? So yeah, interesting, guys. Yes, guys, get smashing the likes, get subscribing. I'd really, really appreciate it. So yeah, obviously Radu Jaguzin, he come back in as well, so it's good to see him back as well. We've got so many injuries in our squad. It's ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. So yeah, it's good to see Radu Jaguzin come back in as well. So yeah, obviously, yeah, we're only coming up to week 19, and yeah, January's around the corner now. January sales around the corner, and yeah, one of the big boys who's not been favoured just lately, especially under Thomas Frank, is Brennan Johnson. He's been heavily linked with a few Premier League clubs, and you know what? I don't. It really doesn't surprise me, because it's a strange one. It's a strange one with Brennan Johnson, because you know he's a lot of not so much a lot, but I'm gonna split it. Do you know what? I'm gonna split it down the middle. You got Brennan Johnson haters, then you got the Brennan Johnson lovers. I really like Brennan Johnson. I've called it out for weeks, for at least the past couple of months, for Brennan Johnson to start up top, head of Richarlison, before he just started scoring back-to-back goals in a Spurs shirt. Obviously, World Cup's coming up, so yeah, Richarlison. It's Richarlison time, isn't it? With World Cup coming up. So, but yeah, it does baffle me seeing Brennan Johnson on the bench, because for me, he should be getting more game time. You know what I mean? The way he was under Ange, you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, Brennan Johnson knows where the back of the net is, and you guaranteed at least a goal from him. You've only got to go back to last season. He was our all-time goal scorer in the Premier League. Well, in all competitions, from understanding, and it's Thomas Frank just doesn't favour him whatsoever. It does baffle me. But yeah, from understanding, there are two Premier League clubs. One of them being Crystal Palace, who we only just played yesterday and beat, and the other one is Bournemouth, from understanding. So guys, hit us up in the comments. What are your thoughts on Brennan Johnson potentially leaving our club and heading off to a rival in the Premier League? And at the same time, if he does leave, you can't blame him. You can't blame Brennan, because he is a star, and the way things are at Tottenham right now, we need a player of his quality. He's let me put it this way. He's not up here when I say quality, but he's got a lot there to show, and we need that right now. We need that right now. Like I said earlier, he was our top scorer in definitely in the Premier League last season. But yeah, I'm sure in all competitions as well, it was our top scorer. So yeah, it will be a loss to see Brennan Johnson go. It really will. Um, but yes, guys, let's get the comments rolling in. Come on, let's hear your thoughts in the comments section, guys. What are your thoughts on Brennan Johnson potentially leaving Tottenham Hotspur Football Club in January? And yeah, if he does go, because there's other talks of possibly Adam Wharton coming the other way, so doing a straight swap potentially. And you know, we do need um, we do need someone to step in that middle, because you know, I can't be the only one thinking this, but Bentancur, since that injury he had, he's not been the same player. Hasn't been the same player. It looks like Basuma's leaving Tottenham as well. Obviously, he's on AFCON duty right now as I speak. So it looks like Basuma's off as well. Um, so yeah, you know, we do need someone with a bit of creativity, you know, someone who can stand solid in that central midfield, and I feel Adam Wharton can do that. When you think about the injuries as well, I know I get bored of saying it, but we are missing so many players. Solanke, James Maddison, Dejan Kulusevski, so many players, and when we get them boys back, it will in some ways it will feel like having a new signing step through the door. So yeah, it's I can't wait to see Kulusevski, Solanke, and James Maddison back as well. You know, hopefully Brennan Johnson does stay, because I do rate Brennan Johnson, I really do, and I feel sorry for the guy. I really do feel sorry for him. You know, bagging the winner in the European final, you know, Europa League to claim that trophy, and I know some might say it was an own goal, whatever, and whatever. He's claimed that goal. You know what I mean? You know, seeing him at the trophy parade, you know, to then seeing him working under Thomas Frank and just sitting on a bench. I really do. I really feel sorry for the guy. I really do. I really do. But yes, let's see your thoughts in the comment section, guys, on Brennan Johnson potentially leaving. Who would you like to see join Tottenham in January? Because obviously rumour had it when Daniel Levy left, the Lewis family, or Joe Lewis, his kids, etc., was sort of overstepping him just that tiny bit, in my opinion, and potentially giving Thomas Frank and the club a decent amount of money. So hopefully that's true. Fingers crossed that is true, and Thomas Frank does get the backing, because obviously that's another discussion. You know, the fans have been on Thomas Frank's back. You know, we've all seen what he's done at Brentford, but coming from Brentford to Spurs, like I said before in my previous videos, is a whole different ball game. You know, no disrespect to Brentford, but at the same time, we've had so many managers come and go. We've had quality managers, we've had average managers, and it's just been the same cycle time and time again. And let's face it, you know, it boils down to the board have to back the manager and give the manager what he needs. You know what I mean? I was at the back. See, I'm going back now, but I was all for Ange Postecoglou to stay at Tottenham at least until Christmas time, and see where we are from that. Because let's face it, you know, I know we had a piss poor Premier League season, but at the end of the day, he bagged us a trophy, and he promised that in our second season. We got that. He put all his eggs in one basket. At the same time, we had so many injuries coming in, but then I do blame Ange for that, because he had one system and one system only, and that was just attack, 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 attack. Didn't give a toss about how many goals we conceded. It was all about attack, attack, attack. That's who we are, mate. That was his famous words. So, you know, but the Premier League, the Premier League finished to finish 17th, to concede so many goals, 21, 22 losses. Yeah, it was totally unacceptable, but it was. It was. So, yeah, it's a funny one, because, you know, you can blame him, but then you can't blame him. You know, he needed the backing. But hopefully, yeah, you know, I mean, we got Thomas Franklin, who's got Premier League experience. We all know what he's done at Brentford. But like I said, coming from Brentford to Spurs is a whole different ballgame. So will he get the backing in January? That's the big question mark, and it's only around the corner now, the January sales. You know, interesting times coming up. Will he get the backing? Like I said, if Brennan Johnson does go to, say, Crystal Palace, can Tottenham work their miracles and possibly get Adam Wharton to come the other way? Because I really do like Adam Wharton. I really, really do. He's someone we need, especially in his position, that midfield middle, someone solid, you know, and he's English as well, homegrown, and that's someone I feel we do need. Striker as well. Obviously, Solanke's been missing for some time now. You know, the question mark is when is Dominic Solanke coming back? Again, you could say the same thing about James Maddison, even though he's been at the darts recently with Brennan Johnson. But, you know, when is James Maddison coming back? When is Dejan Kulusevski coming back? That's another discussion there. Obviously, Radu Jaguzin's just come back yesterday. But seeing Dejan Kulusevski and James Maddison, what the fuck are our medical staff doing? What is going on there? They have been out for months. They have been out for months. You know what I mean? It's a strange one. Seeing Basuma as well. Seeing Basuma injured, you know, he's not had any game time, whatever this Premier League season, but somehow he's worked his miracles and he's with Mali. You know what I mean? Playing it in AFCON. So it's man, it's a strange one. It really is. But guys, let's see your thoughts in the comment section about Brennan Johnson. Would you be happy to see Brennan Johnson go? Would you want him to stay? If he does leave, would you like to see the likes of Adam Wharton come in? But yeah, who would you like to see Tottenham bring in January? Because, you know, we all know we need signings, but at the same time we need quality. We do need quality. We've only got a little bit of quality, and then you've got average, and then you've got a little bit more quality. You know what I mean? It needs to be decent all through. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. Is the likes of, obviously, Cristian Romero's committed his future to the club, but the likes of Mickey Van der Ven, we need to keep hold of players like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, Vicario's been heavily linked with a move back to Italy. If he leaves, that only leaves Austin and Kinksky. You know what I mean? So a big sort of question mark, in my opinion, there. You know, what's Vicario's situation at the club? You know, it's I'm not gonna say it's interesting times, but it's very annoying times right now. You know what I mean? It's when I think of where Tottenham were under the Pochettino days, especially being miles ahead of Arsenal, and now the tables are turned once again, and Arsenal are miles ahead of us. You know what I mean? Although hopefully they'll bottle it in the league with Manchester City being on their arses right now. But yeah, man, we are so far behind, and it's just ridiculous. It's crazy to think where we were. You know, we were title challengers under Pochettino. Title challengers. How have we come so far to then go so far back? It's crazy. It really is crazy. But yeah, obviously going on to the fixtures. We got Brentford up next. Can we make it 2 wins in 2? Get 6 points in all against Brentford. Away to Brentford on New Year's Day. So yeah, that would be interesting there. Can Tottenham make it back-to-back wins? We have to make it back-to-back wins. You know, where we are in the table right now, bear with me, guys. I'm just getting the table up. So we're sitting 11th, currently 11th on coming up to week 19. Won 7 and lost 7. Brentford up next. They are currently sitting 8th. So yeah, with Brentford up next. Bear with me, guys. So yeah, Brentford up next on New Year's Day. That's away at Brentford. So yeah, I'm sure the Brentford fans are going to welcome Thomas Frank there. And then January the 4th, another tough one. Even though it's at the Lane, but it's a tough one. Sunderland. We welcome Sunderland to the Lane. That's Sunderland have been absolutely phenomenal this season. First time back in the Premier League for quite some time. So yeah, fixtures are coming thick and fast. In the space of days, another Premier League fixture on Wednesday the 7th. We're away to Bournemouth. Again, that won't be easy. especially being at the Vitality. Obviously, Bournemouth are having a bit of a difficult time themselves, but I'm sure, you know, Spurs being Spurs, they'll make it hard work for themselves. And again, being at the Vitality, Bournemouth will make it difficult for us. So fixtures are coming thick and fast. And then literally days after that, we're away to, no, sorry, we're back at the Lane against Aston Villa in the FA Cup. So, yeah, man, difficult and interesting times coming up. But it all boils down to January sales. Is the Lewis family going to back Thomas Frank? Has to be backed. Has to be backed. You know, obviously it's very split. Very split. You know, some are saying he needs to go, some are saying he needs to stay. If you're asking me, Flicks, what's your opinion on Thomas Frank? He has to stay. Because we can't keep having this same cycle of managers. We've had quality managers, we've had average managers, and it's just been the same time and time again. So just back him. I called this with Ange. Keep him until Christmas and let's see where we are by Christmas time, and then maybe kick him out the door or maybe keep him on, whatever. But obviously that's done now. Got Thomas Frank, but we have to back Thomas Frank. Let's back him. Let's back him. Let's see where we can go. You know, when you think of the players that the quality players, potential players that we do have, Xavi Simons, you know, he's just slowly come to light. Obviously, he was suspended for yesterday's game, but he needs to be played more in his natural position. At the same time, he needs to be, you know, he needs quality players in and around him as well. He needs that ball given to him. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones, isn't it? Another player I do highly rate is Bergville. You know, young as well. Very young, and you know, mark my words, a player like Bergville, obviously Xavi Simons as well, they will be snapped up. They will be snapped up. You know what I mean? It's a headache. It really is a headache. It really is a headache, and we need to be pushing ourselves, man. But yeah, it all boils down to January, and let's see where we go from there. But yeah, man, if you're asking me, I'm not expecting much. When I say I'm not expecting much, you know, be one of them ones. We'd be lucky to get at least 2 signings through the door in January. You know what I mean? And then after that, it leaves till well, obviously in the seasons when the window reopens again in the summer. So yeah, man, January's going to be an interesting one. January will be an interesting one. But yes, guys, before I do shoot, let's see your thoughts in the comment section, guys. What are your thoughts? Who would you like to see join Spurs? Who would you love to see leave Spurs? Obviously, you know, rumour had it that Fakari is linked with a move out. Brennan Johnson. Looks like Bournemouth and Palace are front runners to get Brennan Johnson. So yeah, it's interesting times, guys. Interesting times. So yes, guys. Yes, guys. You know what I mean? It's interesting times, but yeah, you know, let's hope. Or in my opinion, you know, let's hope that Thomas Frank does get the backing, and then we push on from that. Let's see where we are from that. But yeah, I am gonna shoot now. But yeah, I've got a video dropping very shortly. Premier League week 19. So yeah, hit us up in the comments on that one. What do you reckon the score be? If you could ask me right now, Flicks, what do you reckon the score be on New Year's Day against Brentford? I'm gonna say 2-1 Spurs. I'm gonna say 2-1 Spurs. Brentford will make it difficult for us, especially being away to Brentford. You know, at the same time, it's Tottenham in it. What Tottenham are going to turn up? What Spurs will turn up? That's the big question mark there. But yeah, I'm going to go with Tottenham to get back-to-back wins against Brentford. So I'm going to go Brentford 1, Tottenham 2. Richarlison maybe to bag another goal. And hopefully someone like Xavi Simons, obviously he's coming back. I'm sure he's coming back now. I'm sure it's only 1 game suspension. Alongside Christian Romero as well, who was suspended as well against Palace. So hopefully we can see them 2 boys back there as well. But yeah, I want to see João Palhinha start more as well. Why the fuck is João Palhinha sitting on the bench? A player of his quality, why is he sitting on the bench? Especially when you've got someone like I said earlier in my stream, you got someone like Bentancur, who for me just not cutting it anymore. Am I the only one thinking that or saying that or whatever? But yeah, when you got someone like Bentancur ahead of someone like Chelpalina, it really baffles me. It really does. It really does baffle me. So, yeah, I want to see Chelpalina um, ahead of someone like Bentancur, because he's just, for me, he's just not the same player anymore. Since his injuries, just not the same player. And big up Archie Gray as well. Big up Archie Gray. You know, every time that lad puts on a Spurs shirt, he plays with pride. And it was very, very good to see his first goal in a Spurs shirt. And yeah, hope for more. Hope for more, because I do rate Archie Gray a lot. Do rate him a lot. But yes, guys, that is enough from me. Like I said earlier, I've got my new video dropping shortly. Premier League Week 19, so check it out. Get smashing the likes, get subscribing, get sharing the channel. And yeah, I really do thank you lot for joining me on my journey and obviously watching my videos, and it really does mean a lot. But yeah, that's enough from me, guys. I'm going to shoot, so I'll see you guys on my next video. Take it easy, guys.